All right, guys, what's going on? So I want to make this video for two reasons. One, because none of my friends are into trading whatsoever. So the goal is to just have more friends and interact with more people that are into trading. And two, this may help somebody. It may help someone. So I just want to give a perspective on day trading from me trading for 2 years. So I'll give like a brief, excuse me for one, I have a cough drop in my mouth. I'm actually like feeling under the weather. So I'll give a brief background of. I'll try to make this whole video quick. I don't want it to be like an hour long video or anything. I'm shooting for like 20 minutes would be fire if I could wrap this up in 20 minutes. But anyways, I started off with penny stocks. I had like 4 or 5 grand and I was like, all right, penny stocks are cheap. I'll I knew nothing about trading. Like I didn't even know what open high low close was. I knew absolutely nothing about trading. And so like I said, I took 4 or 5 grand. I tried to trade penny stocks, which penny stocks, from what I learned from that, dude, for one, I didn't really make much money, but I didn't really lose much money. I was just kind of like, my only strategy was to like look for like the cheapest penny stock that like had like a spike pre-market, and then I would like buy some shares, hope that it pumped, and then I would sell it. Like that was it. Like there's absolutely zero trading strategy whatsoever. It was more like just, hey, if somebody's gonna pump this, I don't care if they dump it later. I'm gonna try to sell it before they sell it. So it was a stupid thing, but that was how I got into trading. I had no one like come to me and be like, hey bro, like you should get into trading. Like it was literally sought out by me. I sought out this whole trading thing on my own. And so after penny stocks, like that kind of led me into forex. So I got into forex after that, and Forex is like cool and all if you have the swing trading patience or whatever. Like if you can, I just, I, I was not gonna make it in Forex. There's no way. It took me like probably almost a year to like realize that, but like I just like the sessions don't move enough. Like yeah, you'll get some big moves on news and stuff, and if you trade high lot sizes, yeah, sure, you can make a lot of money. But it was absolutely not for me. And I always heard about futures. Always heard people, futures is the way to go. Futures is the way to go. But I had forex brokers and forex accounts, and I was like, dang, like I don't know anything about futures. I don't even know what a future contract is. I don't know. So I it took me a while to transition because I was like, wow, it's going to take me a while to, I'm going to be starting at square one again. After learning about the pips and lots, it was like, dang, this is going to be like a whole nother thing. But eventually, after just coming to the realization that I was not going to make it in Forex, I couldn't read the market. Like, I could read it, but it would take way too long to play out. And that's not the style of trader that I am. And I didn't know that that wasn't the style of trader at the time. I was just like, I knew what I was looking for, and I was looking to get in and get out in the same day. That's even if it took an hour or 2 hours. I mean, 3 hours is a long trade, but that's what I'm saying. Like Forex, you got people sitting in Forex trades for 3 days or 3 weeks. Like I'm not, no. So that's how I got into futures. I got into futures because I just heard price action was better, and it is for me. So that led me into futures. I've been trading futures now for close to almost a year, but the profitability aspect and the just the whole aspect of reading price action and being able to know when to take a trade and when not to take a trade. I did have to go through like a pretty large learning curve at first with futures, but you know, after that I'm so happy with futures now, and now like it's all on me. So I want to get into like the main points of this video that I really wanted to talk about, and I will try to make it quick. Some of it you may have already heard before, so I don't want to just repeat whatever anyone else says or whatever. I'm sure some of it you're gonna have heard it before, but unfortunately. So number one is that you're gonna lose trades, and everybody knows that. I'm not trying to tell you something that you don't already know. I know you're gonna lose trades, but it's about just accepting the fact that it's about accepting the loss before and after. So if you're gonna take a trade, don't take the trade based on the fact like, oh my god, I know this is gonna work. I know this is gonna work. Because then if it doesn't work, it's like you didn't really know that, you know, and so it can kind of mess with your confidence a little bit and mess with your, you know, your psyche a little bit. So it's about just accepting before you place the trade of, hey, this might not work out, but I'm willing to take the risk. And if it doesn't work out, I'm okay with that. It's just, this seems like a good deal and I'm willing to do this. And that's how I go in the trade. That's literally like my mental, like going into the trade is like, yeah, it's just like what I'm telling myself, like, hey, this looks good. It might not work out. If it does, great. If it doesn't, I'm gonna have to be okay with that. So that kind of leads me to waiting until the direction is clear. So if there's, yeah, like if you don't know where price is going to go, or you don't have any idea like what to do, just don't trade. And I'll get back to this later on, like in these other points that I'm going to make as well. But if you just don't know where price is going to go, then just wait. Like just read price action. Like just sit on the chart and just watch market open, like get a feel for it, you know. um you can't control the market. That's point number three, is you can't control the market, but you can control your risk. And that was the hardest thing for me, or at least that was the biggest thing that helped me completely. It's like I didn't have a problem, like I could be a break even trader all day without managing risk, like, you know. And that was my problem, is that I was a break even trader, and I was like, literally, I just was like, wow, some of these losses are just too big. Like it's like you can't have this can't. And like my problem was, I think everybody goes through that phase where it's like you get stopped out and then price runs in your direction and things like that. And I definitely I definitely dealt with that. And sometimes I have a way to kind of mitigate that now, but um you know, like you can control your risk. So like you have an account balance, or and I'll talk about prop firms in a second, but you know, you can control your risk. Like you determine your lot size, you determine when you get in, when you get out. Like it's all on you. Like there's no way for you to blame other people for your, you can't blame these market makers, or like there's just literally no excuse for, there's no excuse whatsoever. It just, it's not going to work. And I think anybody that trades and that knows trading, you just not, you can't blame anyone else but yourself. You're the one clicking the button. You're the one clicking by yourself. There is no excuse. If you don't know how to do it, you don't know how to do it. Just don't rush it. Wow, these are like kind of in order. It definitely was not intentional. Okay, so yeah, don't rush it. So yeah, if you don't know what you're doing, like don't rush it. I know it seems like, at least for me, the reason I got into trading is to make exponential money. That's the reason I got into trading. Like jobs, you have a set income, set time, set salary. Like, dude, it's just, that's just not the way my brain works. So for me, trading, I need multipliers and I need exponents. And the only way that I thought that I could get into that was trading. And so fortunately I was right. But don't rush it. If like, it's, this is not a gamble. You can make this into a super profitable system and completely change your life. So don't rush it. Respect the risk. Um, just whatever it is you're going to trade, whether you're going to trade supply and demand, support and resistance, ICT, whatever, whether you're going to trade a line chart, like it doesn't matter. Just learn how to read price action. And I know that's a very vague statement, but learn what works for you. If you haven't found what works for you, I don't know. I don't think trading is for everyone. I think there are certain people that are just not going to make it. They're just not going to make it. And there's a lot of things that kind of come into that. There's people who are just simply not willing to take risks. They're not risk takers. And that, like my friends, like the people who have, that I've had conversations with about trading, they are not risk takers whatsoever. Like they see trading as gambling. They don't understand like probabilities like working in your favor. Like I'm not at a casino like playing cards. Like there's technical analysis and there's fundamental analysis. So there's many factors that play into a trade. So it's not gambling whatsoever unless you treat it as such. So don't rush it. Learn different things, study different instruments, maybe the whole forex thing is for you, but for me it's way too slow. It's way too slow. I need to get in and get out, and that's how I want to trade, and that's how I trade. So, learning to not tilt, like, yeah. And that's, I would say that was, wouldn't say I would like tilt, but I definitely noticed early on that if I like take a loss, then I would like size up like after my loss, and like I would make it back instantly. And I think that that kind of, like, yeah, it can work, but like if you take a loss after that, like you're going to be down bad. You're going to be down bad. So I don't advise that. I don't think it's a good idea. Um so it's like now I'm super more selective on the trades that I do take, and I realize, that if I'm going to take one or two trades a day, like if I take three trades a day, there's one of two things are happening. Either I've lost two trades and I want to make it back, which is not a good idea, or I'm like super up and I want to be greedy. That's pretty much it. Like, so I try to not take three trades a day. Like, I mean, I pretty much look for one specific thing, and I really only see it like a few times a day, like once a day. If I see it once a day, I'm like, oh, I take it, boom, and it's there, and I get it, and it's, whatever. Um, so skip prop firms, like, I don't do well with prop firms because it just doesn't align with like the way that I trade. Like, can I trade a prop firm? Sure, but the whole like paying for a challenge and then paying for a funded account, and then you have such small drawdown, like, and then you have to have so many certain, like, sure, sure, you could do it. And like, if you guys want to argue with me and be like, oh well, if you can't trade a prop firm, like, you're not a good trader. I mean, I would agree with you in some aspects, but I will show you like my performance. Like, I have a demo account. I have a demo account and I have a live account, and I'll show you the performance on my demo account here in just a minute. Oh, that's the next step. So yeah, skip the prop firms. Hey, look, if you want it, and the reason I say this is because you have to spend money. You can literally open up a demo account, pay for live data, and open a demo account and just practice for free. Versus you have this feeling of like, oh wow, this prop firm money is like my money, and then you'll be like denied a payout, or like you make too much. I remember one time I passed a combine in one trade. I made 3K in one trade, and then they literally um raised my profit target another 3K. And I literally got so pissed, waited the next day, did it again. I swear, I did it again, made another 3K, 56K just to pass the combine. Bought the funded. I've had multiple funded accounts, and I don't know, like, I just tilt when I'm like one day away from my payout. I just want to like run it up, and I don't know, it just doesn't work. There's been numerous times where I've been like one day away from a 10K payout on multiple accounts, and I just like, I don't know. It just doesn't work for me. It just doesn't work for me. So if it does work, if you want to go the prop firm route and you want to try to scale prop accounts and take payouts, sure, go for it. So I'll show the performance right now of my demo account, not my live account. So, and I'll show the cash balances too. Um, I'll start with yesterday's performance. So yesterday, it's weird. We're about to change days here. So it's 11 p.m. on November 11th right now. So yesterday, after I was done taking trades on the 10th, um, so I started this demo on October 20th, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna take this demo account like super serious. And I tried one thing that I hadn't tried before, and it didn't work out like right away, and I just cut it out. And that's what this whole like 32K of drawdown is for. I'll pull up the exact trades here in a second, but this is a performance from yesterday, and the total profit is 122K, and that's as of the end of yesterday. And then today, the next day, um, is 164. So in one day, literally, I go from 122K to 164K. I think it was like 40K of P&L that I seen on my um dashboard or whatever you want to call it. There was some other things I felt like I wanted. Okay, so a 53% win rate, whereas it's 52 right here. So I'll go to the cash history because this is super interesting because when I first started this, I was like losing a few trades in the beginning of this whatever you want to call it, beginning of this account. I was losing a few trades. So if we right here, October 20th, 50K. And this is through Tradeovate. Like I said, I think this is much better than because this is giving me stats. Whereas like if you have to reset your prop account or whatever, you're losing all your stats. You're losing stats. So that sucks. So I think the demo is cheaper. The demo is cheaper. Regardless, here we go. So 50K. I took this account all the way from 50K down to 17K. Down to 17K. And then when I hit 17K, from 17K until now, 164K, I don't think I've lost more than like $1,000 on a trade. But I hit the biggest trade today, 34K today. And I took the same trade on my live account as well, but I didn't make 34K. That's the only problem. Okay, so here's the 20th. I start at 50K, 49, 46, 43. Yeah, so I'm down to 43K. I think I get down to like 39. 40, yeah. So I'm at 39K the same day. 40K, 41. So I'm getting back up. 41, 42, 43. So I end the day on 45K. So 50K went down to 39, made it back to 45. 45K the next day. I end the day at 44K. The 23rd, I start at 44. And I make it to 46. Next day, 46. 45. So yeah, like I'm not really doing much. 37. And I'll show you the super big loss in here. What day is this? The 28th. The 28th. I start at 45 and I end at 30, but I hit that 7. Where's that 17K where I went down to 17K? Maybe it's the next day. So the 29th, I start at 30K. Like in my head, I'm going like, oh my God, like I'm down $20,000. Like, what the heck? It had to be this day. So 29th, I start at 30K. 26, 24, 23, 22, 21, 17, 17. And like the whole reason as to why like I kept trading this account is because like I know you're going to go on a losing streak. I know you're going to have multiple losses. But I'll show you these losses right here. I thought it was like so there's a 4K loss. Yeah, it was 4K. Why is it showing a 5K profit? It's showing 17K to 29K. Okay, so there's a 10K profit right there, 11K profit. Where? Huh. Regardless, I started the day off at 30K. Okay, here's the 4K loss right here. So there's a 4K loss right here. Another 2K loss. I think this was all one trade. Yeah, no. I remember exactly what I was trying to do. And essentially what I was trying to do is I was trying to get into a trade in Asia because I thought the whole day was going to push down. I thought Asia was going to be the high. Well, Asia pushed up. I put my stop under like previous day high and I got into Asia. And Asia and London both pushed up, took out previous high from yesterday, and then it pushed. So I lost all that drawdown because I had my stop above previous day high. So I got stopped for that like 10K or whatever it is. And then the next day, like I just got right back in. But regardless, the balance is down to 17K. And this was the lowest. Like right after this, like I was like, okay. Like, and one thing that I did was, so I was trading 5 contracts. So it would either be five NQ or 5 ES. not not 5 micros, 5 minis. And so, because I know some people say like, if you lose, like size down, at least that's what I've heard. Like ICT says, like if you lose, like size down. But it's like I also heard something once where it's like if you take a loss and you size down, or like whether you don't size down, it takes like you have to make 100% to make back 50%. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it just doesn't. Like, if you lose 50% of your account balance, you're gonna have to make 100% of your account balance in order to just get back to where you were. So the whole like sizing down thing, like that's why I've worked religiously on a scaling plan, and I'll talk about that in a second. But I want to stick to this right here because the 17K was the lowest I got, and after that, the rest was history. So 17K, 23K, 29K, 31K. Ended the day from 17K to 31K. 31K, and then I ended that day on 45K. So I started this day. I made 14K this day. A 1K, a 1K, and an 11K trade. And I don't remember specifically like what these were, but so I made 14K this day. I started the next day with 45K. I ended on 39K. So I did take a loss there. Start at 39K. And then I end the next day on 38K. Okay, so basically a break even day. I start the next day at 38K and I go back up to 47K. And I'm like, okay, cool. I'm like almost back to break. I'm like, when I say break even, I mean like the 50K. So I start the next day at 47K. I end that day on 57K. I start at 57K the next day and I end on 63K. And I'm like, all right, cool. It's all up from here. Now I got to figure out how this is like when I was like working on this scaling plan kind of during this, and I'm just now getting it down, and I'm still kind of perfecting it. But I start the next day on 63K, and then I end at 97K. Wow, that was a big day. So I start right here on the 10th of November. Okay, at 63K. And I go to 102K. Oh my God. So that one day, I go from 60 to 40, yeah, 40K. All right. And then on the 11th, I start at 102 and end on 102 40K days back to back. So I'm going to keep trading this account. Like my goal at this point is to take this account to $1 million. And I've only been trading it for 20 days. I know it's a demo account, but the reason why I'm using this demo account is to get used to trading higher numbers. Like, because when we're not seeing like 10s or 20s or 30s, like, and like, even seeing the thousands fluctuate by like the points. I'm pretty sure like 50 contracts is like $1,000 a point. I think I did the math on that. That like 50 NQ contracts is $1,000 a point. So yeah, I mean like yeah, a 20 point trade, you're gonna make 20K on 50 contracts. So all right, it's time to wrap up this video. I feel like okay, well, I wanted to hit this unprofitable break even profitable thing real quick. So unprofitable, it's pretty simple. Like you just don't know what you're doing, and it's fine. Like no one just gets into trading and is profitable. Like I mean, excuse me for the outlier, but um, yeah. So and then you hit your break even stage. It's where like you're starting to understand things, and I was break even until I took risk management like super serious, and now I I was profitable with my risk management, but what I was like, wow, like I'm not making a lot of money. And so it's like, yeah, I'm profitable, but nobody wants to be profitable making $100 a week. Like, I don't think people get into trading to make $100 a week or even $1,000 a week. Although $1,000 a week as a supplemental income could be great, but I think people really get into trading to like know what they're doing and trade full time. Like, I think that's like the end goal for everybody, ideally. But I never started hitting like numbers like this, and this is a demo account, yes, and I do have a live account as well, but I am using the plan that I'm using for my demo account for my live account. That's what I'm doing. I am I'm basically just testing it in the demo, but I'm doing the same thing on my live account. And I'll show you the exact trade that I took today. It was the one trade, so I woke up late. I woke up late because look, I was up during London. I'll go over this real quick. So I'll just go over the trades that happened today. It was basically just 3 trades is all it was. So right here, Asia, low of day was like right here. And I was thinking like, okay, we come down, take a low a day, and then go back up. I wasn't sure, so I didn't really do anything. London comes down. I think this is 2 a.m. Yeah, this is 2 a.m. So I'm thinking like, okay, we might reverse off that. And I just TP'd, I closed the trade because it didn't look to me like it was going to reverse. And then, um, obviously we get this down, and I was like, okay, cool. Like I'm back out. I'll give it one more shot. And then just after seeing this, I had my stop right here, or like a little bit under here, and I knew that it was gonna. I knew it was going for that stop, and I had my entry was like right in here. I wish I still had my um thing on here, but so it was this candle right here. So it had to be. I know I literally got like wicked out of it, but what I did was basically took along something like this, and then once it was down into here, I was like, wow, if I could. It was already below. I was in drawdown right here, and I had my sell limit obviously up here. I just moved my sell limit to break even. Price comes up, tags me out of my limit at break even, and dumps. So I got out of that trade without losing anything, thank God. And then I just went to sleep because I was like, okay, like London is clearly just pushing down. That's fine, but I want nothing to do with this. I woke up super late. New York had already dumped down. I was wanting to reverse back up, but this I just wasn't. I wasn't having it. And then I seen exactly what I was looking for. I see this setup right here, and I take this. I made 34K on this on the demo. I didn't make that much on my live account. But this, let's just say from wick to wick, I didn't get in on wick to wick. That's 113 points. Let's say even if we go this wick to that wick, that was 88 points. Yeah, so like realistically, you can make so much money with 10 to 20 points. And right now the markets are just, and look at this. It's very rare that you buy the 1 minute candle of the low of day. Like that. And it's crazy that that's a TP too. Like you could say that I got lucky here, but I mean, like you can see, I didn't take any other trades like throughout the day. And like I was trying to trade this, and it just wasn't having it. It just wasn't having it. So that was basically the trade rundown for today. Um, and yeah, so now like for me, it's just I'm using risk management and scaling together pretty much. So I hope this video helped. Um, if you want, just follow me on X or whatever. I post some stuff on X. I don't have any followers on X. I don't want to post my Instagram because my Instagram's like personal. I don't really want to use that for trading, but I do have one. If you can find it, good for you. It's private anyways, but um yeah, I'm gonna make a YouTube channel specifically for this, and I hope that I can have some more trading friends, and honestly that we can just make a bunch of money and then just go on trips and trade and literally live the life. Like that's literally what this is all about. So I hope you guys got something from this video, whether it's just a different perspective. I highly doubt I will teach like technical analysis or anything like that. I probably will just go over psychological things because I would say that's what helped me the most. Like, yeah, technical analysis is great, but so is psychology. Like, I'm borderline thinking that psychology is better than technical analysis. Like, yes, you need technical analysis to know when and to get in and get out, but psychology is also good as well. So I'm going to stop repeating myself. Thank you guys for watching this video, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace.